Good morning, children. Welcome to social science classes. Okay, in the last class we have learned about economics lesson 1, money, savings and investment. But the money means that currency, isn't it? In India we are using the paper currency. We are using the word rupee, isn't it? So that different countries they used a different name of money. Okay, then savings meanings we are that a person who is deposited or saving the a little one part of his income without using for consumption. Consumption means buying things, that is savings, and investment meaning they are deposit the money for future uses. Okay, so this forms of money. Okay, there are different forms of money. That first one is the commodity money or the barter system. Next metallic money, then paper money, credit money. Credit money meaning check. Then near money. These are the near money and now the different forms of recent forms of money. These are the different stages of the evaluation of money or different stages of the money. Okay, so what are the different major stages of money? That is the commodity money or barter system, metallic money, paper money, credit money, near money, and that recent forms of money, isn't it? That up to that near money, up to near money I have completed in the last class. Okay, so today we are going to learn about the recent forms of money. Okay, recent forms of money. That what are the recent forms of money? Are the plastic money, e-money, online banking or net banking, e-banking, value of this much only. Okay, that value of money next we can see. So what are the recent forms of money? Plastic money, e-money, online banking or net banking, e-banking. These are the four, okay, different forms of recent forms of money. That means different recent forms of money that nowadays we are using. All of you know, isn't it? First one, plastic money. It is the form of credit card and debit card. Nowadays most all of our home we have the ATM card, isn't it? Credit card or and debit card. It is the form of credit cards. Okay, plastic money. Okay, next e-money. E-money means electronic money. E-money full form is electronic money. It is the money which exists in banking computer system. It exists in banking computer system and is available for transaction through electronic system. That e-money, electronic money, we are transacting the money through the electronic system. Okay, so that only it is called e-money, electronic system. Okay, then online banking or net banking. Okay, it is also known as the internet banking. What is the other name of the online banking? Net banking or internet banking. Okay, so it is also an electronic payment system only. Electronic payment system. E-money also electronic payment system. Here also electronic payment system that enables customers of the bank to contact through website. They contact through website, which is that online banking. Okay, so next e-banking. E-banking, electronic banking. What is the full form? Same, e-banking. Here electronic money. Here e-banking. Okay, that is also known as the National Electronic Funds Transfer. What is the other name of e-banking? National Electronic Funds Transfer. That it is used to transfer fund, okay, or transfer the money directly from one account to other account. They can transfer the money from one account to another account that rather than by check or cash. Without check or cash they can transfer the money from one account to other account. That is e-banking, that is electronic banking. It is also known as the National Electronic Funds Transfer. National Electronic Funds Transfer. Okay, so next we are going to learn about the value of money. That value all of you know, isn't it? The value of money is means the purchasing power of money over the goods and services in a country. Over the goods and services in a country. That is the purchasing power. The purchasing power of the money. That is called the value of money. Okay. Thus it is related to the price level of goods and services. Okay. What is the value of money? Value of money is meant by the purchasing power of goods and services. Okay. So thus it is related to the purchasing, then service means price level. So it is related to the price level of goods and services. So the value of money is of two types. The value of money is of two types. Internal value of money and external value of money. What are the two types of money? The internal value of money and external value of money. You know about that internal meaning and external, isn't it? From that we can understand what is the value of money. The internal value of money and external value of money. The internal value of money refers to the purchasing power of money over domestic goods and services. Domestic goods and services. That is internal, isn't it? Inside. So that type of value is called internal value of money. So the value of money is divided into two, or it has two types. So internal value of money and external values of money. That internal values of money means that they refer to the purchasing power of money over the domestic goods and services. The external value of money, it refers to the purchasing power of money over foreign goods and services. Purchasing power of money over foreign goods and services, but internal meanings the money over the power of domestic, okay, goods and services. Here that is over the foreign goods and services, external. So what are the two types of value of money? Internal and external. Okay. So next we are going to learn about the functions of money. What are the functions of money? Now we are going to learn about the functions of money. That is, the functions of money is divided into three: primary functions or main functions, secondary functions and contingent functions. Contingent means incidental functions. So primary functions, secondary functions and contingental functions. So these are the three types of functions of money. Okay. So now we are going to learn about the primary or the main functions of money. Primary or the main functions of money. Okay. That primary or the main functions of money. Here also two important primary or main functions of money are the two functions. That first one is the medium of exchange. The primary functions of money again divided into two. That first one is the medium of exchange or means of payment, medium of exchange, and second one is the measure of value, medium of exchange and measure of value. These two are the important functions of the primary functions of money. Do you understand? So first one, that medium of exchange. Okay, money is used to buy the goods and services. It is accepted freely in exchange for all other goods. Money is freely accepted for the exchanging of all the goods and services. So it is a medium of exchange. So are you understood? That money is a medium of exchange. This is the primary functions of money. What is meaning of that medium of exchange? That means it is accept, the money is freely accepted in exchanging for all goods and services. So it is act as a medium of exchange. Then second, the measure of value. Okay, measure of value. What is the meaning of measure? It is measure the value of money. We are using the money for measuring the value of goods. Okay, measure the value of goods. You know this indeed, that if one thinks 100 rupees, how much, then 200, so like that. So we can value calculated the value of the money. Okay, all the values are expressed in terms of money. Okay, here that if a book cost is 50 rupees, or the price of the one book is 50 rupee, it means that the price of the book is the value of the money. The price of the book is the value. So that price of the book is 50 rupees, meaning the value of money is 50. Okay, so this much only about the primary functions or the main functions of money. So that is two functions. Okay, the next we are going to learn secondary functions of money. Okay, there are three important secondary functions of money. First, only two, isn't it? That is the two important, that value of the money. Then it is the common useful, isn't it? That it is a medium of exchange. Then value. Okay, then now the secondary functions of money, that is it, we have three important points. Okay, the three important secondary functions are the standard of deferred payment, standard of deferred payment. Then second one is the store of value, store of value. Then transfer of value, transfer of value. These are the three important functions of secondary functions of the money. Okay, what are the three important points of the secondary functions of the money? That one is the standard of deferred payment. Defer means delay, standard of delayed payment. Okay, second is store of value. Third one is the transfer of value. Okay, so first that I told that standard of deferred payment, that delayed payment. How it helps in future payment. We give means can borrow little money from one person, but we can pay in future, isn't it, for a permanent time. After some months or some years I will pay, like that we can pay in future. So it is the standard of deferred payment. We can pay in it. Okay, if we borrow the place today, now we are borrowing some money, but it is under an application to pay. Application means help, okay, to pay in specified time, future. Okay, that is the standard of deferred money. Okay, so the defer meanings delay, later or future payment. Then second is the store of value. Okay, store of money. Money has helped to save it for future, as it is not perishable. Already we studied the commodity money. It is has a few disadvantages. Among one is it is we can't store because it is a perishable. So, but here that value, that one is that we can store the money. We can store the money. So it is a store, has a store of value. So we can store the money for future purpose. So money it won't perishable, isn't it? Then third one is the transfer of value. Money makes the exchange of goods to distant places as well as abroad possible. To distant places and abroad we can transfer the money. So it is the transfer of money. Okay, transfer of value. So first that functions of money is classified or divided into three: primary functions, secondary functions, and contingent. Contingents meanings incidental functions. So these primary functions again divided into two. They are the medium of exchange and measure of value. Medium of exchange and measure of value. Then secondary function, it has three important points. That is the standard of deferred payment, delay payment. In future we can pay. Then store of value, we have the power to store the money for the future. Transfer of money, we can transfer our purchasing power, we can transfer the money from one place to another places or to the abroad countries. So these are the important two functions. Then next, contingent functions. Okay, that third one is the contingent functions. Here, basis of credit. Contingent, first one is the basis of credit. Already told credit here, loan. Credit here meanings loans. You know that our government it is issuing the loans, different type of loans, isn't it? That is farmers, then the trade is, and farmers trade is almost, then others also. Okay, those who need the loan they can get from the government. Okay, that is the contingent functions, that is basis of credit. First one, basis of credit, that is loan. Okay, second, increase production of capital. All of you know, isn't it? It increase the production of capital. Okay, then if you money they can increase the production, we can produce more things, isn't it? That is the increase production of capital. Then third one is measurement and distribution of national income. It measure and distributes the national income. Okay, according to the value of the money only one we can calculate it the rich country or poor country, rich people or poor people, like that. Okay, so there here it is the measurement and distribution of national income. Then here, do you know one box is there, isn't it? There, inflation and deflation. What is inflation and what is deflation? Okay, that here we are going to learn about that inflation. Inflation means refers to the prices are rising. If the things or goods prices are rising, the value of money will fall or the value of money decrease. The value of money will fall when if the prices of things are increased, the value of money will fall. That next one, deflation. Deflation meanings refer to the prices. If the prices are falling, the value of money will rise or increase. So the prices of the goods are falling. Falling means low price, meanings that the value of money will rise. Okay, these are about that. So the next class we will continue the lessons and seeing about the savings. Okay, thank you.